Hello, Assalamu alaikum everybody. Hope you're all safe, sound, and healthy. And it's just not stopping because our people are not getting off their asses. You know, the army, the government, they are getting worse day by day. Again, as I've been yapping for more than now 2 years, you know, that they need to be curbed. We need to become violent. We need to become united. We need to have a revolt. Protests are not going to work. And finally, other people are now beginning to realize that the protests are not going to work. The worst part here is that because our people think that it is better to endure rather than to rise and fight, because of that, obviously, because we've been tested for 70 years, where we've proved ourselves shameless in the name of endurance. This is why the government and the army have gone to such lengths now that they've crossed all boundaries, and they're still doing so. And I'm sick and tired of correcting people, even the foreign vloggers abroad, and those who seem to be interested in vlogging about the latest current events and all. I'm sick and tired of correcting everybody as to the Saudi and Pakistani pact. That is not your Islamic NATO pact. Again, the original pact, yes, which Imran Khan was getting together, in which he was bringing in Malaysia, and he was bringing in Indonesia, and he was bringing in Iran and Saudi and the Middle East and Central Asia. That bloc that he was creating, that was what you would refer to as an Islamic NATO. But not this government. Please understand. This government has a history, a pattern. Please open your eyes and see that they have a history and a pattern of manipulating the original missions and projects of Imran Khan and then using them as a cover while creating new clauses or creating completely new projects and contracts or deals or pacts or treaties, okay, under the cover of those which they dismantled themselves, which they do not allow. Now, again, explain to me how Imran Khan was of the Jewish lobby when the very Jewish lobby right now is being kissed. Their asses are being kissed by your own army chief who made a trip to Egypt just to have a meeting with them, who made this pact with Saudi basically just to protect Saudi government's interests as they move forward to accept Israel and accept Israeli pacts or treaties or deals. And even now, the fact that if Pakistan is named amongst one of those countries' soldiers that are supposed to go there to Gaza, you think that they're going there for the protection of Gaza? No, they're going there to protect Israel, you know. And why else? I mean, because again, as we know, Pakistan had no role whatsoever in any mediation between Hamas and Mossad. But Turkey sure had a huge deal here. Qatar had a huge deal here. I mean, Qatar and Turkey, they both had a huge role, sorry, not deal, they had a huge role here in trying to mediate peace and ceasefire. Pakistan had nothing whatsoever to do. The only thing Pakistan can do is what it's been asked to do, and that is to use its forces. Again, Turkey too was expected to send its forces, but now, despite the fact that Turkey played a huge role in mediation and ceasefire, you find the Israeli authorities rejecting Turkish army. Why? See, now that tells you the fact that they're not even rejecting Pakistani army, but they are so quick to reject Turkish army, that should tell you in itself what's going on. So again, please get your heads on straight, okay? Over here, the journalists who are trying to pick this up, who are trying to enlighten people and highlight the whole issue here with regards to Gaza, with regards to our role that we are expected to play there, those people are being harassed. Those people are being pinpointed by PTI, alleged PTI members who are actually spies within the PTI sent by your army. using social media platforms like X and other such legit platforms where you find a community of objective analysts and journalists who are highlighting truths about what exactly is going on with regards to current events and current affairs, with regards to whatever it is that is going on in Pakistan. And one such journalist was targeted by the fact that his brother in law was beaten up very badly, and then his younger brother, who is just a farmer and has nothing whatsoever to do with anything, was in broad daylight kidnapped by the military intelligence. Imagine. We've bred thugs here. We've bred thugs. Our governments and our army are now, this is the role that they play in our country, the role of thugs. And in broad daylight, they kidnap his younger brother, and then they torture him and they hit him in sensitive spots. Why? Just to serve a warning to this journalist, who, by the way, is not even in this country. He works in the foreign media, and it is in that country, on the, while staying in that country, using X as a platform, he was highlighting what was going on. And this is a result of it. Journalists and analysts that are trying to do their job, they're not even here in Pakistan. But again, this government, since Maryam Nawaz, since Nawaz Sharif, since they have come, and since they brought Asim Munir into the picture, we have seen these people wreak havoc. We have seen them cross all boundaries. We have seen them constantly manipulate people's family members. We've seen them manipulate people's female family members, male family members, just to torture them. Again, remember I kept on and on saying you were seeing the Zionist hand. Nobody, I think, ever understood. They thought maybe I was saying that, oh, they're just imitating them. But I mentioned it again and again, and I told you that they're not imitating them. They're telling you that they're working for them. They're telling you that they are trained by them. They're telling you that they are actually brought by them. Why else and how else would your army and your government dare to use the same tactics against their own people that the Zionists are using in Palestine? Again and again, I have told you people to open your fucking eyes and please look at the fucking picture in front of you. Yes, I think I would have to start saying the F word again in my podcast because I think I've been too nice. And so people are beginning to dismiss the fact that you need to open your motherfucking eyes right now, seriously. Open your goddamn eyes. There is a special place in hell for people like you who sit on your haunches and you see that you have given birth and bred monsters. And you're still not doing anything. I will say this again, and I've said this 100 times, I have never seen a more shameless, a more useless, and a more insane country, a more dead zombie country than this country, where 70 years, and you people have never learned that you need to get up and properly curb these people. You need to cut the hand of the thief. If you do not kill the dog that bites your hand, then the dog is going to kill you at the end of the day. Or let's take it one step a little more, behind. Let's just go one step back. If you do not kill the dog that has barked at you, it will start by biting your hand, and then it will kill you. The fact that we allowed these fuckers to stay for 70 years in one form or another, the fact that we realized for a long time that our army as an organization is corrupt, the fact that I've been yapping for a long time that our army is corrupt because it was planted right from day one by the British to achieve exactly these results. Just like how the American machinery, the American bureaucratic machinery, the establishment, the deep state that Trump talks about, was kept there and established by the British government to complete these tasks that are given. America is not a sovereign state. We are definitely not a sovereign state. We're all living under the illusion of sovereignty, but the truth is we are all answering and are answerable to somebody else. In other words, our governments, our puppet governments, and our army, and everybody. Well, thankfully, his brother was released, but the fact that they have this audacity to now pick and kidnap anybody and then torture them for a few hours, why? Just to send a message. Just to send a message to analysts and journalists and other people who are trying to speak out and speak up for the truth. That look, you say one word and we'll kidnap somebody from your family. You motherfuckers. The whole night, deliberately giving stress to somebody by using their family. Again, I've told you again and again, your army chief gives an oath before he becomes an army chief. He's not allowed to be an army chief unless he gives the oath in which he redacts and reneges from the interests of Pakistan. He gives an oath where he reneges from his faith. He gives an oath where he pledges allegiance and he pledges servitude to America and Britain, basically. And he vows to remove his religion from his life. And obviously, it's so easy to find such people because, again, I've said this 1,000 times. In Pakistan, there is no Muslim. There are no Muslims. They're Muslims in name only. They're nominal Muslims. But if you talk about faith, if you talk about inherent faith, yeah. People who actually have faith do not do the things that your government and your army have been doing. The fact that they're doing what they're doing is proof that they do not believe in God. They do not believe in the concept of the hereafter. They do not believe in life after death. Because if you did actually believe in these things, believe me, you would think 1,000 times before taking a step. Everybody has a line that they draw. If there is no line that you're drawing, it means you have nothing. It is a fact. So here we are. So you need to stop. In fact, now is the time where I can now once again ask the people who kept on and on saying, Ghazwa Hind will begin from here, Ghazwa Hind, the Great War will begin from here. Yeah, okay, so what role do you think your country is going to play here? You think Pakistan was supposed to lead Ghazwa Hind or be one of the followers of the leaders of Ghazwa Hind? Yeah, think again. As long as you have these people in the mix, as long as you have these people in your governance, as long as you have these people in your, as long as you have this whole organization, this body of army and law enforcement, you have no future, and you definitely do not have a positive role in your so-called Ghazwa Hind. Okay? No, you don't. Your role will be that of the enemy, not where you think it's supposed to be. And it's a fact. Open your eyes. If you actually care, stop mumbling and grumbling like cowards. Open your eyes. Declare a nationwide revolt. It's time we do to them what they're doing to us. Again, this is something I've been saying for so long. And believe me, by the time you people get up, this is also one thing I've said many times, by the time you people actually get off of your haunches, the damage will have been done so bad, there will be no turning back. Then you can shed blood till kingdom comes. But you will never, ever, ever be able to bring things back to where we want them. It will have been too far gone. The caste is already died. And at the same time, it will have died to such a point where you've got nothing. And Pakistanis, I've seen, have a history of getting up too late. It took you 22 years to rise and shine, to understand Imran Khan. And it seems you still haven't woken up properly, because what are you doing? Seriously. So many missed golden opportunities here. What the hell have you people been doing? Well, this is me signing out because I seriously think that you people are not worth it. Khuda Hafiz.